Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, I'm Janetta, an author who loves to draw. On my channel, I focus on combining storytelling with art. If that's something you're interested in, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let's get to it. SSMD So It Begins, Chapter 17, The One Who Got Away. Eva. I was in my favorite Italian restaurant enjoying my first dinner out alone when the call came in from Philip. Though he assured me she was okay, I wanted to see for myself. I'll be there in 20 minutes. I hung up on him. Philip. Philip hung up and swore under his breath. Dad, is everything okay? Sienna asked him. He turned and saw the concern in her eyes. Everything is fine. Auntie Eva is on her way here. What about Auntie Leah? For one brief second, Philip considered having his daughter call, but immediately he knew it wasn't the right thing to do. I'm about to call her now. Go back in and sit with your mother and brother. I'll come back in after I call her. All right. Sienna left the waiting room. Philip took a deep breath and then dialed. Leah. Leah sat curled up on her couch. A glass of wine and a pepperoni pizza, honored guests of her pity party, sat on the table in front of her. She glanced at the cell phone and nearly choked on the slice of pizza she was eating. Hope rose up in her. She picked up the phone and was about to answer when reality snatched hope away. This wouldn't be him calling and confessing some undying love. She already knew where his affection resided. Instead of answering, she let Philip's call go to voicemail. Not answering the call seemed like a good idea until she found herself constantly wondering why he called. She noticed he left a message. She couldn't help herself. She needed to know what he said. The voice message was the last thing she expected to hear. Sharon had been in an accident, was in the hospital, and wanted to see her. That fact alone caused her to panic, thinking Sharon must be seriously hurt for her to want to see her. She was up and out of the door in a blink of an eye. Eva. I was 10 minutes from the hospital when Leah called in a panic. Calm down, Leah. I don't want you to have an accident. Philip says she's going to be okay. She is? Philip didn't say that in his message. If she's going to be okay, maybe it's best I go home. She asked to see you, Leah, so she wants to see you. But why? We had an ugly fight. You don't think she wants to tell me she blames me for her accident? Leah's mind kept trying to figure out why Sharon asked for her. Look, Leah, I'm just about at the hospital. I'll go in first and talk to her. Then I'll call to tell you whether her intentions are good or not. Just come and sit tight for a minute and wait for my call. With Sienna and PJ at the hospital, I wanted to avoid any situation that would be harmful to them. Leah. That's a good idea. Okay, just call me and let me know if I should go in and see her or not. Leah felt better knowing Eva would go in first. 20 minutes later, she pulled into the hospital's visitor lot. She leaned her car seat back and closed her eyes. She would wait in the car to avoid running into Philip. She didn't notice the black BMW pull up behind her and block her in, nor the tall, handsome guy who got out and walked up to her window. She nearly jumped out of her skin when he knocked on the window and said, Leah, I thought that was you. Leah looked at the handsome face staring back at her and squealed, Mario! He smiled and stepped back as she reached to open the car door. She jumped out the car and into his arms. Man, how I've missed you. When did you get back in town? I'm surprised that wife of yours let you out of her sight. You mean ex-wife. I've officially been divorced for 2 weeks now. Leah forgot all thoughts of Philip or Sharon. The one who got away was standing there telling her he was divorced. Things were looking up. Chapter 18. Watch where you speak. Eva. When I arrived at the hospital, Philip and the kids left Sharon's room and met me in the visitor's waiting room. Sharon wants me to take the kids home. Philip handed me one of the visitor passes. I hugged the kids goodbye before heading to Sharon's room. She was lying on her back. Her left arm and her leg were both in a cast. As soon as she saw me, her eyes watered and she started to cry. I rushed to her right side and held her hand, scared a hug would hurt her. I have made such a mess of things. Her voice was heavy. Now I'm stuck here with nowhere to run from the truth. You'll get through this, Sharon. You are one of the strongest women I know. Of course, I think you are one of the craziest, but that's neither here nor there, I joked, trying to lighten the mood. She managed to smile through her tears. Where is Leah? I need to speak to her. She's here waiting for me to call and tell her if you had arranged an ambush or not. She said you two had a big blowout right before your accident. I totally lost it with her. I tried to put the blame all on her shoulder, and she wouldn't take it. Please call her and tell her to come in. I need to set things straight with her. Are you sure you're up to it? She looked completely worn out and appeared to be in pain. It shouldn't take long. Call her. I had to call Leah 3 times before she picked up her phone. Leah. Leah had made plans to have dinner with Mario for the following night and was watching him walk back to his car when she realized her phone was ringing. She quickly grabbed it out the car. She waved one final goodbye to Mario as she listened to Eva with a half ear. Leah, are you there? Did you hear what I said? Huh? Yeah, I'm on my way in. Leah hung up the phone. Eva. I hung up the phone wondering what was going on with Leah. She clearly was preoccupied. Is she coming in? Sharon asked. Yes, she should be here any moment. When she gets here, do you want me to step out while you two talk? Don't be ridiculous. Stay, of course. Right before Leah arrived, a nurse came in to check on Sharon. She reminded me that visiting hours were over in 15 minutes. As she stepped out, Leah stepped in. Leah. Oh my, Sharon. I'm so sorry. How are you feeling? Leah was shocked at how banged up Sharon was. I feel like I was hit by a big rig truck, Sharon answered before an awkward silence filled the room. Finally, Sharon cleared her throat, took a deep breath, and said, Leah, I wanted to see you so that I could apologize to you. I never should have asked you to go along with my crazy scheme. I put you in a horrible situation and then blamed you for it all. Leah looked over at Eva briefly, then said, We were all wrong for the parts we played in this fiasco, so let me apologize as well. I don't know if we can restore our friendship, but I'm hoping that one day we can. Sharon's eyes began to droop. The medicine the nurse gave her had taken effect. I don't know either, she said, and then drifted off to sleep. Eva. Leah and I stepped out the room and walked to the elevators. While we waited, Leah said, Well, that was anticlimactic. Something tells me that wasn't all, and this is going to get worse long before it gets better. Do you think she'll ever tell Philip what we did? Exactly what is it that she would have to tell me? Leah and I turned around, both horrified. Neither of us had heard Philip walk up behind us. Hope you enjoyed today's story. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be and stay blessed.